friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. Today I'm going to share with you some books that I have out currently from the library. I'm not sure I've ever done a specific library haul for you on this channel before. I am somebody who does tend to use my library quite a bit, and the funny thing is I always have fines because I never remember to turn things in on time. It's kind of ridiculous. The library is supposed to be free. But that's okay. I still use it quite a bit, but lately I've been doing really good with reading books off of my shelves, which was one of my main goals for 2018, and I feel like I've been doing a really good job at that. But there's just been a few that have stood out to me lately as I go to the library. So let me share with you the 7 books that I currently have out from the library. The first one you may have already seen in my book swapathon TBR, and that is Tin Man by Sarah Winman. This, I believe, is about 2 guys who are childhood friends, and that friendship begins to grow into something more, but then as they are teenagers or adults, there are obstacles to that relationship. The reason that I picked this one up is because someone said it's gonna make me cry. It's also super short for the book swapathon, which is great for a readathon, so hopefully I will get to this today and tomorrow because there's only 2 days left. But that's the first one I have out. The second book I have out is Ghosted by Rosie Walsh. I recently listened to my friends Katie and Molly on their new podcast, No Thanks, We're Booked. They had Rosie Walsh on as a guest author and interviewed her and just totally sold me on this book. It sounds like it will be perfect for summer. It's about a girl who's ghosted, and she believes there's a deeper reason for why this guy stopped communicating with her. Everyone else tells her to just let it go, but she thinks that there's something wrong. So that's a bit of a mystery. I heard it's a really good summer read. I'm really looking forward to reading it. A historical fiction that has been on my radar is As Bright as Heaven by Susan Meissner. I believe this was one of the choices for Book of the Month a few months ago. I'm no longer a subscriber to Book of the Month, but I still get their emails though, and do take note of what the options are to see if any spark my interest. And there's been a lot lately, which is why it's tempting to rejoin, but I can't, not yet. This also was highlighted by Shelby on Read and Find Out. I will link her channel down below. She has been doing a Myers-Briggs series on her channel, kind of highlighting some books for each of the different categories in Myers-Briggs. This was one that she picked to be a book that would go with a judging category, and I am a J. I believe I'm an ISFJ. All the feels, and then also the need for order. So this definitely piqued my interest. So this is a World War I historical fiction about a family who lives in Philadelphia, and it also focuses around the Spanish flu. I love historical fiction. I don't read very much World War I, or it's been a while since I have, so I'm looking forward to this one as well. It is a bit thicker than what I've been wanting to read lately, but still, hopefully I'll get to it before it's due. I have a nonfiction here, which speaks to one of my happiest guilty pleasures. I have Bachelor Nation by Amy Kaufman. I am not planning on reading this cover to cover, but kind of dipping into it here and there. It's just fun. It's like a guilty pleasure read as much as it is a guilty pleasure show. I also have a mystery thriller. I believe it's a historical fiction mystery thriller, and that's Tangerine by Christine Mangan. And I heard April from Getting Hygge with It talk about this, and she absolutely loved it. Now, she does read a lot more mystery thrillers than I do, but because it has that historical element, I feel like I'm really gonna like it. This one is about a woman and her husband who go to Morocco, I believe, or Tangier. Yeah, Tangerine. And an old friend shows up in her life, and she starts to feel stifled and like something just isn't quite right, and then her husband goes missing, I believe. So that is where the mystery comes in. Is it related to this friend who just showed up or not? But they're not in their normal setting. So that adds another layer to the whole thing as well. This is a relatively short book, and I've just heard wonderful things from April as well as a few others who have read this. I'm excited to give this one a try. I have 2 more here, and these are going to be set aside until September starts, which isn't that far away, but I am planning on doing Sequel September. I don't know if that's an actual thing. I just heard Adrienne from Ordinary Reader is her new channel name, I believe. I will link her down below. She's doing Sequel September. I think she said Trina from Between Chapters did it last year. I'm not sure if it's an actual readathon or a focus, but I am focusing on moving forward with a number of different series that I'm in the middle of. Most are ones that I have on my shelf already, but I did pick up a couple from the library and I have one more on hold. I have The War I Finally Won by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. I read The War That Saved My Life during middle grade March. This is only a duology, so this would complete that duology. It is middle grade, and it will continue the story that I fell in love with in The War That Saved My Life. In The War That Saved My Life, it talks about during World War II, when many families in London sent their children out into the country to be kind of saved during the bombing, before the bombing started, or once the bombing started. They got their kids out of the city. And so this follows Ada and her little brother, who are part of that exodus from London and where they end up. And I believe this continues their story. I am really excited to finish this one. This one I'm not sure I'm gonna get to. I know the first one didn't get a lot of love from people, and I remember enjoying it, but it was so long ago. But when I saw this at the library yesterday, I just had to bring it home. It's The Emerald Sea by Rochelle Mead. This is the sequel or companion novel to The Glittering Court, which a lot of people really did not like. I found it to be fun and enjoyable. I believe this just follows one of the other girls that's talked about in The Glittering Court. It's a YA, so even though it's a bit thicker, I know that it will be a relatively quick read. I'm gonna just put it on my pile and see if I get to it in the month of September. Here are the 7 books that I currently have out from the library. Yes, they all fit in there. I would love to hear from you. Oh, I gotta put them down, they're heavy. I would love to hear from you if you've read any of these. If you are interested in participating in Series September with me, maybe we can make it a thing. I look forward to reading these and hopefully won't get fines. But let me know down below if you have a book out from the library that you're really excited about. Let's chat about it down below, as well as if you've read any of these. I would love to hear your non-spoilery thoughts. If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll be talking to you in another video very soon. Bye!